Now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist AJ Rickman.
Well, like we've been talking about for the last several days, we are going to be watching for strong to severe storms to develop on Monday. But a change you'll notice from yesterday is that area shaded in red, that moderate risk for severe weather, has shifted north just a little bit. And because of that, we are going to be looking at a bit of a change to the forecast for tomorrow for the severe storms that are expected to form. What we're going to be dealing with is those storms are trying to form during the afternoon, but there's going to be something in place called a cap. Now, a cap is a layer of warm air that's typically set up a couple thousand feet off the ground. And typically the way that thunderstorms form is that you get warm air near the surface, that hot, humid air that rises, and then that rising air develops into a thunderstorm. But when you have this layer of warm air aloft, this cap in place, what tends to happen, that warm air rises until it hits that warm air layer, and then it can't rise any further beyond that, and that prevents storms from forming. Now, if the surface gets warm enough that that warm air is able to rise through this through this layer of warm air and push through that cap, you can get storms that can form. And in the case for tomorrow, storms that are able to push through the cap that are going to be in place across eastern Iowa will have a very favorable environment to work with to become strong to severe, again, with large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes all possible. Now, as we go into the night tonight, we are going to be watching for the potential for some showers and storms to develop, but these are not going to be severe. They could wake you up with some rain hitting your window or a rumble of thunder, but it's not until later on Monday that we'll be watching for that severe round of storms. That morning activity moves out by the time we get to mid to late morning on Monday, and we do get a bit of a break for the afternoon with some dry conditions. That's going to allow those surface temperatures to warm, and that's what's going to provide that fuel source for those afternoon storms. Now, as we get into your Monday afternoon, you'll notice little bubbles of green popping up there on your pinpoint futurecast. That's those storms that are trying to get started and trying to form. Again, if we can get one to pop off and form, it can become very strong very quickly. So you'll want to make sure that you are staying weather aware tomorrow, have multiple ways to receive warnings, and make sure that you're checking in with updates to the forecast as well as radar as we head through the day. Once we get into your Monday evening and Monday night, a cold front arrives from the northwest, and as that front moves through, we're going to be watching for showers and storms to develop along that front. Those storms also have the potential to be severe, containing damaging winds, large hail, and some embedded tornadoes as well. Once that front moves through and takes that shower and storm activity out of our area to the south and east, by the time we get to Tuesday morning, looking at that severe weather threat to be out of our area. So storms are the big thing we're going to be watching for. Again, the chance for some tonight, and then that severe threat building as we get into your Monday afternoon. Winds will be picking up as well. They'll be breezy at times tonight, but then they really pick up tomorrow afternoon. Strong out of the south, gusting up to 40 miles an hour at times as we continue to see that warm and moist air being brought into eastern Iowa. Overnight tonight, lows fall into the 50s as those showers and storms move in, and then tomorrow, high temperatures will be climbing into the upper 70s and lower 80s. And again, keep in mind, high temperatures tomorrow are going to be critical for storm development. The warmer those temperatures climb, the better the chance we will have for those storms to develop as we head into the afternoon. Beyond Monday, we are looking at a fairly dry Tuesday, and your 9-day forecast will show the return for some storm chances as we get to the middle of the week. Wednesday, showers, perhaps a rumble of thunder as well, with highs in the 60s. And as we get into May, we're also going to be watching for the chance for some showers, but as we get to the end of next week, we'll be looking for a dry trend, and as of now, looking at another dry weekend coming up.
Thanks, AJ.